Race 2 of the weekend for the ADAC GT Masters at the Red Bull Ring had not even started, and there was drama on the way to the grid for Ralph Aron in the HRT Mercedes. The front wheel collapsing under the car. The team had to work on it, but they got it back out on the grid before the green lights came on. You saw in the corner of your picture Bruno Spengler disappearing off into the pits. He had chosen to switch to slick tyres. The rain was starting to come down. It was quite a gamble. It was one that would not pay off. Christian Engelhardt from pole position led the field into turn 1 and down into turn 2. All of the cars are making it around, but Christian Engelhardt already opening up a gap over the second place car of Marco Mappelli. The GRT Grasser Racing Lamborghini not enjoying these slippery conditions up into turn 3. And it was Mappelli who was coming under pressure from Nico Menzel. He went wide into turn 3, and then the other of the team used by Race Motion cars challenging for a position. Back into the pits came Bruno Spengler. The slick tyres, well, they weren't working in the slippery conditions, and Ben Green proved that as well. In the Schubert Motorsport BMW, he was also struggling with traction. The car going wide into the gravel. He managed to keep the power on, so he's able to rejoin the race, but he was going to be at the back of the field for the whole of the afternoon. The weather couldn't really decide what to do. Sometimes it was raining and then it dried up. Marco Mappelli found himself overtaken by Philip Ellis, the other of the HRT Mercedes. He fought hard, but traction was very much at a premium, going wide in the corner, and in so doing letting through the other of the team use cars. Mandatory pit stop time. Marco Mappelli was probably pretty happy to get out of the seat and hand the car over to Benjamin Heites, but there were issues. The crew having to work on the car, meaning an extended pit stop. He was to rejoin the race a long way back down the grid. The challenges continued further up. Petru Umbrarescu had taken over the number 3 car from Philip Ellis. He was coming under pressure from Finn Gersitz. He had taken over from Sven Muller in the other of the team use Porsches. Into turn 10 they came. Finn Gersitz would have had flashbacks to yesterday. He retired with steering damage, having bounced off another car. This time, though, he made the move. It was an epic battle further back. Samuel Vega had taken over from Elias Sepinen, the championship leaders, running 3 abreast, 3 Mercedes, all side by side into turn 1. It was Alan Valente who had taken over Ralph Aron, who came out in front on this particular occasion, but the fighting was going to continue all race long. Salman Ovega working hard. Petru Umbrarescu behind him. Meanwhile, Mikael Jus had taken over the lead car from Christian Engelhardt. He was extending his lead at the front. Finn Gersitz in second, Alan Valente in third. But then Salman Ovega making a move into turn 1. It was an optimistic move. He sent the number 2 car spinning. He was going to pick up a penalty for that. It was going to remove him from a podium position. It was Mikael Jus who came across the line to take a win. It was a team use by Race Motion 1-2 because Finn Gersitz came through in second place. With Salman Vega's penalty, it was Petru Umbrarescu who was promoted to third place along with co-driver Philip Ellis. There were celebrations all around. Christian Engelhardt, welcome back to the GT Masters. He did it in style, and team used by Race Motion, a 1-2 on the podium. It was Christian Engelhardt and Mikael Jus with the win in second place. Sven Muller and Finn Gersitz in the other team use car. And in third place, Petru Umbrarescu and Philip Ellis celebrating in style. Now our eyes turn towards the final round at Hockenheim. It is Elias Sepinen and Salman Vega who lead by 20 points ahead of Finn Gersitz and Sven Muller. But it is all to play for in the final round of the ADAC GT Masters.
It was an exciting one because the weather made it a gamble in the grid. We didn't know which tires to put on. It was not very clear. It was drizzling, but the asphalt was dry. And we made a last-minute call to go on the wets, which turned out to be the correct tire. And I think the basis for the race was the good qualifying with the pole position this morning. And then we had a really, really good stint. I could build up a little gap, and I think that was key today.